We're talking to folks, Johnny, out in the audience that have received bad news. They might have gotten the word from the doctor they got cancer, or they had an accident and they're disabled, or they're going blind, or all the things that happen to people in life. And they're in turmoil, and they need a word of encouragement. They need a word of hope here. Take the time, maybe, there's so many times when you've heard this bad news. Go back maybe to the first one where I can't think it gets any tougher, where the doctor says, Johnny, your neck has been broken and you're not going to walk again. You're not going to be able to use those arms again. All right, take us back. What do you want to tell the people about that moment?
When doctors told me that I would never walk again, that I would never use these hands again, I don't think I knew how to process the information. It just bounced off my brain. And I think I was somewhat comforted by an onslaught of get-well cards and gifts and stuffed bunny rabbits and visitors coming into my hospital room and so much activity and going in for tests. But then the reality struck when I was released from the hospital, sent home to the family farm, and I'm sitting in my wheelchair by a window overlooking the pasture, watching my sisters saddle up their horses to go horseback riding. And it's quiet, and I'm alone. And I think that's when the horror of the bad news began to sink in. There were many long, desperately lonely days by that window, looking out over the pasture. And I think I literally beat myself up with memories from the past, all that I had lost. What if I had not taken that dive? What if I had not gone to the beach? Somewhere in the middle of that, a glimmer of a bit of encouragement came through. I recalled a friend of mine, when he had come to visit me in the hospital, had opened up his Bible, and a lot of people did that then, but he read from 1 Samuel. He said to me, Johnny, one day, I don't know when it's going to happen, but you're going to look at your wheelchair and you're going to call it your Ebenezer. I said, say what? And he read the passage from 1 Samuel where the prophet had seen this incredible rout of the Philistines by the Lord God. And so Samuel raises stones in a memorial, and he calls it his Ebenezer. And he says, thus far the Lord has helped us. In the last segment, I was listening to Michael talk about remembering all the times. And in fact, you, John, recounted it as well. Remembering all the times that God has come through, that God has been there. And sitting by that window overlooking the pasture, I wondered how this wheelchair could be a stone of remembrance for me. And I started thinking back on all the times when God has helped me, small ways, little ways, big ways. And somehow it broke through the bizarre, twisted, mind-bending, confounded, dumbfounded reality of my quadriplegia. And I just clung to the cross. That's where the Lord had helped me in the past. He had rescued me from hell. He had saved me. I had put my trust in him as a teenager. And if it was only that, certainly that was enough. God had helped me there at the cross, and he, in some incredible way, was going to help me daily bear this cross. I didn't know how. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what tomorrow was going to be like, but it was a beginning.